So, the tree farm here seems to be, for the most part, keeping up with things. It doesn't seem to pick up all of what drops around it, though. I keep finding lots of saplings and apples laying around. I have to address that later on. I'm pretty sure like a transition plane from Applied Energistics would take care of it. Just line the area around with that, or for that matter, maybe just put up walls so that the leaves or anything comes off of this thing can't go beyond where the dirt is. That might be the best option, I don't know. But the system is providing plenty of wood, which I have 3 powered furnaces down here rigged to burn it into charcoal. And as long as they can keep going, these suckers stay charged, both of them. And these 8 steam boilers are providing enough power to do that, as long as they all have charcoal to work with. One thing I've noticed, however, is that this thing can't quite keep up with the demand. So I'm figuring the first thing I need to do is increase its productivity. And for that, let's see. This machine, the fertilizer. Let's see if I've got the stuff to make that with. Well, not quite. What is that? Silver, okay. We'll get some of that kind. And clear this, set this up. Alright, let's see. Encode that. Looks to me like I'm also going to need to encode the glass bottles. Let's set it up to use vanilla glass. Alright, and I believe the machine frame is already set up. Alright. 1 please. Okay, good. So if I set this up out here, okay, right here, not that, that. Okay. Interesting that it seems to have power. Okay. I know I need to run a supply line over to it, so, and let me fix this one too. I just noticed that that's really kind of using a lot more of this than it needs to. There. Now we send another one out here. No, wait a minute. Not one of those. Let's get an export bus, which I will need to bring inside for. I didn't think to grab them. Now, what that needs to export, however, is fertilizer. Fortunately, we can set up a recipe for that. Ah, I had it. This stuff. It can use assorted different kinds. Alright, now let's set that export bus to output that stuff. Go ahead and throw some in there. I'm going to have to run a power line over there, but that shouldn't be a problem. Okay. Now, let's see. Okay, it'll export it, but do I have to set the machine, the system up in there to produce tons of it, or what? Let's go have the machine make up a bunch of the stuff. Alright. Alright, that's taken care of it. I just have to make a bunch of it up. Now that should have it making the trees grow faster. And now, just for grins, I'm going to try doing something like that all the way around, although perhaps with glass or stone will be fine. Just to check it out to see if restricting where stuff can fall will increase the amount of stuff that gets recovered. All right. See how this works. And I'm thinking I'm going to have to build this wall up all the way around to ensure that everything that falls within the area enclosed. I don't know if that'll work that way, but I figure it's a logical thing to try. Anyway, that seems to be, for the most part, taking care of the power needs. Although, it's occurred to me, I'm obviously going to have to build another one of these. And I'm going to have to automate the fertilizer production. Because this stuff, I've got plenty of it right now, but it's not going to last forever. And so I need to come up with something to do for that. And I'm thinking, let's see, where is the Okay, it's not the sludge boiler. The composter. And the sewer. Start out with the sewer, perhaps, well, with an upgrade, and then a largest possible group of animals immediately above it. The sewer collects the sewage, the composter converts it into fertilizer, which then gets sent to the tree farm. And then I duplicate the tree farm at least 2 more times, and that should give me a good, stable power supply for a while. It's not going to be perfect, I know, but it should be a good start. And so, over the course of time, I did build another MFR tree farm. I've got them both supplied with fertilizer from forestry, and each one has a harvester with a range upgrade, with a 9-space range upgrade, so that it can cut down everything in that particular farm. It's all fed directly into the AE system by way of precision import bus, and I chose that one because of stack at a time. The regular basic import bus wasn't keeping up. So, given all of that, I now have a royal crap ton of wood. And I haven't been lazy there either. I now have 4 redstone furnaces cooking oak wood into charcoal just as fast as they can. And it's been doing pretty good. When I started that last set of upgrades, my charcoal was down to right about 300. I had about 300 charcoal left. And the wood was being consumed just as fast as it came in. And so was the charcoal. So I've made a little bit of adjustments down below. And by the way, when I logged in a little while ago, before my last set of adjustments, these energy cells were empty. Completely stone empty. So we got energy cell here, and this is the big hardened cell. It can hold 10 million RF, and so is that one. I've made more. This one supplies, well, through here, it supplies the AE system, and it also supplies the forestry, the MFR farms, excuse me. These steam engines, powered by coal, steam dynamos, whatever, the power from them goes up into this bank of redstone energy cells. And as you can see, charging is something that is not really happening. Oh, wait a minute. No, that one's draining. That one's empty. That one's empty. This one's low but stable. This one's stable until that one runs out of power to feed it. These 8 engines apparently are not enough to keep that whole mess supplied, so I need to get some more of those things built. Basically, you'd think that I had a self-sustaining thing here in terms of power, but evidently I don't. And so, I'm going to make up some more of these, some more aqueous accumulators, and so on, and set down a second row of them and see how that does. Okay, just made some changes down below here. Now we have 16 steam dynamos, all fired up by coal, all feeding power into this one main power rail, which then connects to that redstone energy cell. And that connects via this chain of them all the way over here to power the upstairs. This one and this one are essentially full. This one is gaining charge, and presumably when it fills up, this one will start charging, and then this one. So we've got something going on there. And even if it's not completely self-sustaining, which I'm hoping it is, it at least, when fully charged, will have enough juice to run for a long time. But now, I need to get set up to deal with a very important matter. Sewage. That's right, I said sewage. Alright, I think I've got everything together here. And you see, the idea behind this is that these things rely on these fertilizer machines, which are currently being filled up with fertilizer from forestry, which is all fine and dandy. I have a lot of appetite at the moment, but over time that supply would be limited. And so I figure that, like the trees, let's go with something that is self-renewing. And the one thing that is always self-renewing, that we always have more of it, is sewage. There is no such thing as you run out of sewage. Okay, so we got one. Alright, so I propose to do something about that, to maintain a self-renewing supply of sewage, which can then be processed. After it is collected, it can be processed into industrial fertilizer and fed to these farms. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and finish making up a framework here, and then we'll do something with these 12 sewers and a composter and get things in gear. Alright, here's our basic framework. Got a place here. I'm going to put dirt in this line that is 12 long. No. I had that wrong. We'll go with our 12 sewers. Alright, now I really ought to fill this floor out a little bit more. I know minimalist designs are supposed to be popular, but that's a little too minimalist to not have enough floor. Alright, so we've got our sewage up here. We don't need to upgrade them because we have one for every block that something is going to be standing on. Oh, come on. There we go. Now, alright, now I just get this thing surrounded like so. And it needs to be 2 blocks high so that anything in this area can't just jump up and walk away. And there we go. Oh, come on. I have terrible control with this flying thing. Have you noticed? I have. Okay. Now, it's when these guys come in. Reusable safari nets. And so, the thing to do is to grab some cows, sheep, and whatever else, and drop down in there. The more, the better. And then the sewers will start collecting the sewage. And then we can... Actually, I should probably go ahead. Yes, my control on that thing is terrible. Okay, that's better. Alright, so we'll have piping come out of here. Let's see, I got some liquiduct around here somewhere. There we go. Liquiduct. Liquiduct or fluiduct or whatever it's called. That will pick up the sewage. And then, well, let's see. Let's just, let's do the processing out. Nah, we'll just do it right over here. Okay, so actually, okay, we run our sewage piping down here, and then over here we drop a composter. It will collect the sewage and render it into something that we can use for to make industrial fertilizer. I don't recall right off the bat if there is another step in there. There probably is, so don't yell at me for forgetting it. I forget things all the time. If somebody yelled at me every time, nobody would ever be quiet. Anyway, okay, I need to run some power over here. I have some power piping or redstone energy stuffs. That'll do for the time being. I know it's not perfect. I know it's not pretty, but I don't care as long as it works. Alright. Now, let's go find some animals. There's got to be cows around here somewhere. Of course, with my luck, they all fell down into the chunker. I know it would be helpful if oh, here we go. Here's one. That's one down. Figure we get at least 3, get back there and start breeding, and then while those breedings are taking place, we get some more. Oh boy, ugly taint. And it's spreading like wildfire, and it's not too awfully far from where I live. I'm going to have to get figured out on some technology from Hermitcraft to fix that, because it's ugly. I mean, I like purple as much as the next guy, but this is taking it too far. Way too far. Ah, here we have another cow. And there's another one down here. Alright. Let's go drop them into our little facility back at the base. And they can be thankful they're not going to be slaughtered. Of course, I'm not going to take any time to feed them either. I'm just going to drop them in there. All right. That's not going to be acceptable. Okay, apparently dropping them too low causes suffocation, so they have to be dropped on the second block up. But there's too much of a chance of them jumping out, so Alright, now when I drop one out, drop it on this block, it should land down below. Alright, that's good. Now, before going any further, let's stop inside and see if I have any wheat. Hardly any at all. Man, that's... oh boy. Okay, wheat farming will have to come later, but I'll need it in order to get these cows up here to breed and have more of them. In the meanwhile... oh goody, industrial fertilizer. Alright, let's get something out of here. No, I have to run back to the machine. Alright. We need a basic import bus, some ME cable. Thought I at least had some of that in here, but apparently not. Oh well. Alright. And just collecting it in a chest is not going to be good enough, so no, I'm not going to do it that way. Alright. Alright, chest. I mean, cable. Okay. We shouldn't have any more of that stuff falling around. That stuff falling all over the place because as good as these harvesters are, they don't pick up everything. Alright, I need to change out that intake, that import bus. One precision import bus coming up. Because precision import can be set for stack at a time, and a basic cannot. There. Stack at a time. Now, stop dropping fertilizer all over the place. Okay, we have 24 industrial fertilizer at the moment. And, well, floweration. It's being ejected out the top, apparently. And I need more ME cable. Seems like you can't never have enough of that stuff. Sewage. It's filled with sewage. But now, can we expect the sewage to not be, the fertilizer to not be dropped in clumps outside of the machine, and instead have it picked up by the import bus? We'll find out. If the number goes above 29, things are working. Well, I'll have to look back in on that. I'll also look here to see if the sewage is appearing out on the floor somewhere. Or the fertilizer, whatever you want to call the stuff, you know what I mean. It's got power, it's idle. It has no oil, it's got a whole tank full of work. Okay, we'll get this figured out, and if I'm doing something wrong with this stuff, feel free to point out the right way to do it. I would like to know. I'm still thinking of surrounding these things with transition planes just to pick up the stuff that falls outside. But at the other hand, that's an awful lot of technologies just to pick up casual drops on the side. Alright, let's see if we're getting anything in the system from the composter. Not at the moment. So I'm going to take some time and I'm going to go look for some more cows to increase the population, because I know that's a factor. Okay, took me a while, but I found 3 more. So let's set them down there. Don't set it down low or it will suffocate. Okay, now we've got like 5 of them down there. Alright, let's see what's in the machine. In the system. Still 29. Oh, well. Obviously, this is going to take a while. Oh, well, maybe I should get one sample to give the precision import bus to say what it is to precision import. What do you think? I don't know if that's doing any good, but it does make sense to tell a precision import bus what to precision import. 28, and it's not changing any. 29, because I just put that one back. Okay. Well, I'm going to AFK a while and see if anything changes. Alright, before I go, I will let you in on the little secret here. I did finally figure out that I had an export bus on this thing, and no wonder it wasn't importing anything, it was an export bus. And so now with an import bus, everything is being imported just as fast as it can be generated, and it's going good. I've also taken time to build myself a wireless remote. We're up to 78 industrial fertilizer. The number will increase. I'm going to get some more of these wireless remote access points put in so that I can see over here. I can't reach the thing. I don't have a signal, so I'm going to have to get some more of those made and so on. But at least now the composter is composting. It is working. See stuff appearing there just long enough to be picked up by the system. So we're getting there. We will, by the time we run out of appetite, we will have literally complete tons of industrial fertilizer, because I am going to get some wheat growing and get the number of cattle increased here so that we have a maximum input of sewage. That's right, a maximum input of sewage. Now how about that? Sewage will save the day. It will handle the fertilizing of the tree farms, of which I might build another one, but then again, I've got more wood than I know what to do with now. I've got over 16,000 logs, and it's going up quickly. And I've got 4 furnaces there cooking it down into charcoal. I'm thinking I might put in a few more of those. But it looks like I may finally have a self-sustaining power system. I'll know when I log in tomorrow for sure. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'm out of here.